Hello, everyone. This is Carlos, the student, and today I'll be discussing how I got to this dividend portfolio of mine here in my E-Trade account, which I've been investing about 4 to 5 years lightly, but this year I decided to invest heavy due to the crash that happened. And before I start, I'd like to discuss how I eventually got to where I am based on working on 2 jobs, 3 jobs out of the week, and how I slowly started developing dividends, like targeting $100 a month all the way to $200 a month, and trying to keep it realistic here, maybe $500 a month. But by end of 2020, I would like to reach at least $200 a month. There's some stocks that have been giving me 600 every quarterly, but I would like to even it out eventually. So before I start, let me show you my dividend portfolio and how I got there. So the way I got my portfolio like this, it was back in 2 3 years ago when I had 3 4 jobs, which I thought it was impossible, but I somehow figured it out, and ever since for like a year or two, I was continually doing it, and I was gathering all the cash, and I was slowly investing in dividend stocks. And then this year was a big year for me when I saw the big crash going down on, I believe, March, and that's when I cashed in heavily this year. So the way I did it was I had 4 jobs, and the four jobs was I was a operator in chemicals. I was working 10-hour shifts 4 days out of the week, so it was a good schedule. And then throughout that week, I would go like Monday and Wednesday to the plasma center, which they would draw. They would do blood work for 1 hour, and then you get $25 out of it, which is like $200 a month. And then on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I would work at Walmart as a cart pusher, which it was pretty much easy job. It was just pushing carts. You can play your music. My boss was pretty cool. Just get the job done, nothing too hard. And on a Saturday nights, I would work as a server and a busboy, and sometimes help set up the chair people move tables, stuff like that, because it was a catering business which involved quinceañeras, weddings, and other special events. So it was a cash only kind of business, and I really enjoyed that, and I learned a skill there, and that's how I got my dividend portfolio. Before I start, a quick tour of my dividend stocks, my 12 dividend stocks. There's a concept that I attempt to use is understand what you invest. A lot of people don't. They just pick and randomly pick dividend stocks, and they don't understand what it is. Don't do that. So I've done that before. I have actually lost, and have never made money out of it. So my first dividend stock, it's ABBV, which is AbbVie, which is a pharmaceutical company. BP is a British Petroleum. It's an oil and gas company. Number 3 is a British Tobacco Company, or British American Tobacco Company, which is actually doing actually trying to do trials on to find a vaccine on the pandemic situation, which very ironic. And then I have CARR, which is a carrier operational company, which involves in AC, ventilators, fire and safety situations companies. So it's a good company. It's a global, actually, and they barely started paying their dividends, which is a good thing. Then I got IBM, International Business, Mac, which pretty much it's also around the globe. Um, KO, Coca-Cola. Don't need to explain there. And then I got ML. It's one of my top favorites. Ultra. It's a tobacco company. Also considered a sin stock. And then I got PM, Philip Morris. Also a sin stock, which it's also a tobacco company. And then I got PPL, which is a electrical company, a power plant, an essential one, so it's no brainer there. Then I got Royal Dutch Shell, RDSA, which for the first time in World War II, it's cut their dividends, so that worries me. So I got to keep an eye on that. Then I got Universal Corporation, another sin stock, another tobacco company. And then I got WFC, Where's Fargo, uh, banking company. So I kind of understand, what company I'm investing in. As of right now, the whole market is on a small dip. Some say another crash might happen. There's a pretty big chance of getting another crash, and unemployment got a little higher. So right now we're in a big trouble. America's in big trouble right now, and as of right now, my situation is dollar cost average, meaning I might put in $100 a week, up to $200 a week. But in my case, I might even go $400 a month, which in some stocks will, or some there's some other or there's already stocks paying me $150 a month. So I'm just putting in the difference. So that's a good thing about dividend stocks. So hopefully I get $200 a month by the end of this year. Almost forgot. I do have this is my E-Trade account, my individual brokerage account. I don't have no IRA, no retirement, other accounts that involves dividends. This is my primary dividends. I believe getting paid now is the most important thing rather than getting paid later, where you have to wait until you're 62 and then ready to cash out and stuff like that. And that's not really for me. I do plan to use my dividends sooner. The sooner the better for me. And the only reason I pick E-Trade is because back then, M1 Finance, Robinhood was recently new, so I didn't trust it at the time. And at the time, back then we had to pay commission. So now, I think they canceled the commission. I think last year, and now we no longer have to pay commission. So it's a big game changer. And what I'm gonna do today, because I got paid dividends this week with international business, most likely I'm gonna put in the difference and buy one more share of IBM, because it's an awesome business. I remember back then when I was working at Walmart, I think the computers had the logo IBM, which is pretty much a technology company, and they're good at security and stuff like that. So good to know some basic info about them. So it's Thursday night here today, so I decided to buy one more share of IBM. So a little quick recap. So I already got $50 from IBM. All I need to put down is another, I think 60 more dollars to buy one share of IBM to get that $1.63 of dividends. So I'm liking the dividend yield on the IBM, and I don't think IBM is not not gonna get in trouble anytime soon with the situation right now. So I'm really happy with the IBM. So I'm gonna continue buying one more share, or even more in the future, depending how it goes. And I'll be posting here on YouTube every week, Thursday or maybe Fridays, still depending on my editing skills. And also, feel free to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and for disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here, just sharing my journey as a dividend investor. That it's possible to invest in dividends. Don't feel discouraged or don't be afraid investing. It's actually a good time to invest in dividends if you're barely starting off, because you actually start narrowing down which companies are surviving this global pandemic. And hopefully if you study on the stock market, and even touch one of those, get those keen dividend stocks, you probably be more safer there. So feel free to hit the subscribe button and the like button. I'll be posting every week. Thanks so much and have a nice day.